All right, back with the Civic. Last time we spoke, I was going to rewrap this header, and that's the plan for the day. So as you can see, it's going to be a lot of fun. The turbo's coming out too. Part of this process is getting that rebuilt. So yeah, watch me take this apart. And this is going to be my first attempt to wrap anything. So hopefully this goes well. I got a kit from Summit Racing, and this is the kit here. So hopefully this kit has enough material to wrap this header. I mean, I'm sure it has way more than enough, but will it cover my mistakes? I don't know. So hopefully it's enough. I'm sure it's plenty. But again, this is my first time doing it, so I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna go. Let me get started here. I gotta jack up the car. That's my first step. I'm gonna jack up the car just so I'm not so hunched over, and you know, I have to basically get underneath for half the job to take this header out. So yeah, just join me and let's get this done. So the car's up in the air, and my next step, just to make things kind of easy and let my brain kind of slowly figure out what I'm going to do next, is I'm going to take off these two lines and go from there. So that should be pretty easy. I'm not going to show that process. I'm just going to show you after. So I'll be right back. So as you can see, I took the lines off the valve cover just to kind of visualize what I'm going to do. So my next step is going to be taking this AC line off. I think that's really going to help me pull this header off. That external wastegate tube is right underneath this line, so I'm going to pull that off. And to pull that off, I got two bolts. I got one here and one on the compressor. And you see a socket already on it. Hopefully you guys can see. There it is. So I'm going to take those off, and yeah, we'll keep going. Okay, there's one. Here we go. Going for two. This should pull right out now. Right. Alright, I'm gonna have to play with this for a little bit, but I'll be right back. So I got that line out of the way. I am gonna put some tape over this, just so nothing falls in there. But as you can see, a lot more room. I'm also gonna put some tape on the compressor. I just wanted to show you guys how much room that gave me. So my next step is going to be putting some tape on that, but I'm not going to show you guys that process. After that, I'm going to remove these vacuum lines from the boost controller. So I'm going to be cutting these zip ties and pulling the lines off, and I'll show you guys what that looks like when I get there. So like I said, I'm going to tape these up first and then do the vacuum lines. All right. I ended up taking this other AC line off just to give me a better shot to show you guys what I'm doing. It wasn't that much work, so I just removed it, got it out of the way. But like I was saying, I'm going to remove these vacuum lines, and I just wanted to give you guys a better shot. So I ended up putting some tape wherever I thought any kind of debris might fall into the AC system. But yeah, this should be safe to work around. So I'm going to set you guys down. I'm going to try to give you guys a good view, and we'll go from there. I don't want anyone to think that I'm some professional. I'm just a hobbyist, and I try to save myself a little bit of money here and there when I can, when I think I can tackle something. And hopefully you guys learn along with me. And if some of you can help, please do so. Now I gotta be careful because there should be a crush washer on the bottom of this, and I don't want it to fall. You got it? Okay, you got the other one on the bolt. Pull this fitting out of it. Perfect. That worked out just like I wanted to. Okay, putting this fitting back. I put some tape on the end just so nothing gets in there. Okay, with this other one I should be able to just pull it off. And I'm gonna label these like I said. I mean, these should be pretty straightforward just by looking at it. But again, I'm no pro. And if I can avoid any kind of mistake, I will. I will do the most simplest things. Just a little bit of tape on this one too. Okay, that should be good to go. All right, so I got those out of the way. I'm gonna face these vacuum lines down. So my next step is taking this intake tube off. I'm not gonna show that process, and only because it's pretty straightforward. Just one clamp I gotta loosen up and I can pull it out. So let me do that, and then I'm gonna study what I'm gonna do next. So I got that intake tube off, and I was studying it for a little bit, and I think what I'm gonna do next is take some of the lower stuff off first. So what I'm gonna do is take this tube out of the way. So that should be pretty straightforward. I got a clamp here. I'm not sure if I gotta loosen that one, but I got another pair up there, as you can see, that I gotta loosen up. So I'm gonna take this off, and then we'll see what the next step is. I'm just gonna loosen both of them. Okay, I got those two. I'm gonna loosen them both. Okay. And I should be able to just pull down or pull whatever way to take this off. Oh my God. We're gonna loosen up these clamps a little more. Okay. Oh my God. Talk about tough. I think that clamp is still. Okay, here we go. Okay, got it off. I really had to loosen up that hose clamp. Okay guys, you see that vacuum hose right here? I gotta remove that. That's my next step. So, small hose clamp, and I should be able to pull that off. So I'm gonna set you guys down. Okay, hopefully you guys can see a little better. So I'm just gonna loosen this up. This thing is on here. There we go. I'm gonna set this aside. My next step is removing this oil return line. I'm gonna remove the fitting from the turbo, which is this guy here. It's aluminum. I'll show you guys. There we go. This guy here. Bright aluminum piece right there, and I gotta remove it from the oil pan, and I already broke it loose, so it's this fitting right there. So watch me take this off. So what I'm gonna do is start with the fitting on the turbo first. Okay, there's one. And this other one I already loosened up. And there's two. And I'm just going to loosen this guy up here from the pan. And this should leak. Now I'm sure this fitting has some silicone sealant. I'm going to break it loose. Oop, there it is. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there's oil on the bottom of that turbo. So that's part of the reason why I'm getting it rebuilt. So let me study this a little more. I think what I'm gonna do next is remove this dump tube, but just give me a sec, and then I'll let you guys know what I'm gonna do next. So I'll be right back. Okay, I kind of looked at everything, and I think my next step is going to be removing this downpipe. So I got one clamp down here. That should be pretty straightforward. I'm just going to disconnect the O2 sensor from the plug. And on the turbo, there's actually, let me show you guys. Hopefully you guys can see, but there's only two bolts on this top half of the tube and one on the bottom. I'm not sure if I'm able to show you. Let me see if I can get it from the bottom. And one right there, as you can see. On this side, I was never able to get a nut on this side. And I tried doing a bolt, but I can't get it through the hole because the pipe gets in the way of the hole. Let me show you a different angle. And hopefully this angle kind of gives you a better idea of what I'm talking about. I know it's kind of dark, so see if I can get some better light for you. But you see that stud? It's basically on the pipe. So there was no way, at least at the time that I was trying to install that, for me to get a bolt in there. So that's always been like that. Those 3 bolts holding this downpipe on the turbo have done the job, so I just kind of left it be. So let's see how tight these guys are. Not bad. Okay, there's one. Crack this other one. Okay, that's 2. So got the 2 on top loose. It's gonna fall. I got lucky. Two. Here we go. Push me luck. Bingo. I think I'm gonna use a stubby to try to work that out of there now. All right, I'm gonna speed this up for you guys. So as you can see, it's almost all the way out. But I'm gonna leave that in there because I don't want it to fall. And I'm gonna break that loose and get it loose. And then at that point, I'm gonna disconnect the O2. And then after that, I should be able to bring this down. So let me grab some tools and I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to disconnect the O2. I'm not going to show that process because that's pretty straightforward. But I will show you when this tube, or when this down pipe comes down. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I disconnected the O2. I removed the last bolt that I had to hold the pipe up. So let's take this out of here. And there it is. Perfect. Alright, so my next step is going to be removing this dump tube. And I already kind of jumped ahead a little bit. I loosened up the bolt for the clamp, as you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see. But you can hear it. It's loose. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's loose. I'm gonna take that bolt out and you guys can see the tube come out. Okay. A little bit of a love tap. And there we go. Okay, so I took the slave out. That's out of the way. I have a lot of room now. And my next step was going to be removing this oil feed line. And I already broke it loose, so I'm just going to show you guys me removing it. It's kind of a pain to get to. So trying to find a good spot for you guys. My hand is mostly gonna be in your way, but you guys get the idea. Okay, there's that. On to the next. So my plan is to bring the turbo down, and I got these stage 8 bolts holding it up, and I just wanted to show you guys how they come out. The issue I had is these bolts were walking out, so this was my fix. So I totally recommend stage 8 bolts if you guys are having any issues with bolts walking out. This is your fix right here. One thing I will say is that if you guys get these, you might have to grind that little plate down, like I did here too. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'll give you guys some better lighting. As you can see there, I ground down that little plate so it sits against the turbo a little better. If I didn't do that, that little plate wouldn't fit in its position. So there's the clip I'm talking about. Hopefully you guys can see. So I believe all I gotta do is stick this screwdriver in here and twist it, and I should be able to pop that off. Maybe a little more twist while I'm holding on to that locking clip. There we go. And there's that locking clip. Okay, now comes that little plate, and that just sits on the bolt. There you go. And now what I'm gonna do is just take that bolt out of there like any other bolt. Okay, so I was gonna try to use an Allen for this, but I couldn't find the one I needed, so I'm just gonna use a socket. So let's see how tight these guys are. Oh yeah, this is on there. Let's see here. Okay, she broke loose. All right, so I'm gonna do the rest of them. Okay guys, so I'm working on this last one, and it's being real fun. But let's see if it'll come out this way. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna pull that all the way out. So we succeeded to take this guy out. And let me show you guys again the leak. So I'm gonna get this rebuilt, and we'll see how it goes. So that's the side of it, the hot side, and the cool side. So it's got like a film on the cool side, and again the leak, and this film I noticed it a while back, but it's got no shaft play. No, I'm not exactly sure if it needs a rebuild, but I'm gonna do it just because it's out and I've had this for a long time. So just wanted to show you guys the turbo. Looks good. All right, so my next step is going to be working on the manifold itself, and I think I'm going to start on the bottom half first, just because it seems like it's maybe a little easier to get to stuff, and I kind of want to build my confidence in a way. So let me grab some tools and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm going to start working on taking those out. Okay guys, so I got the 3 that were in the center that were stage 8. I got the 2 on the sides that are just normal bolts. So looking at this again, it seems like the ones I'm going to take out last are going to be those, and that's only because those are studs. And as I loosen that nut, I got to pull back on this exhaust manifold. So I'm going to do this off camera just to make this video just a little faster, not as long. Alright guys, so I got everything out, all the bolts and nuts out, so let's pull this off. It should come straight out, plenty of room. And there we are, awesome. Okay guys, so a week has passed and yeah, I've been busy, but I'm back out here. So let's get started on this manifold here. The way this looks, it seems like they started from this plate here and then wrapped towards the center. So I'm gonna do the same, and then, so they did the runners first, and then they did the base. So with the base, they kind of wrapped the whole thing and then worked towards the end here. So I'm gonna do the same. I liked how it looked like when it was first done. It looked really good. So I'm gonna try to do the same. I'm gonna do one of them by myself and just kind of show you how I did it after that. And then I'm gonna put you guys in a time lapse just to kind of move this video along. But yeah, let me get my headgear on and I'll be right back. But before I put my headgear on, I'm going to show you guys what's in the kit. As I mentioned, I got this from Summit Racing, and it is part number 10095. So you can find it at Summit, and it was shipped pretty quick, so it was a plus. So let's see what's inside. Nice sticker that'll be going on the bench or on the fridge. Roll number 1. Roll number 2. Some instructions that are kind of crunched up. Another sticker. And the steel ties. And of course, the piece that makes everything a lot easier is the zip tie squeezer. This is supposed to make it where you can squeeze these real tight and it'll hold the wrap. So there it is guys, that's all that's in the kit. And this is very important. Wear some gloves when you do this. So again, I'm gonna put my headgear on and I'm gonna do one and then I'll show you guys what I did. So I'll be right back. I do want to show you guys something else. Check this out. This stuff is turning into dust. Can you imagine how hot this must have got? Just wanted to show you guys just how, I guess, brittle it becomes. Let me clean up this mess and I'll be back to show you the manifold. Alright, so here's a quick look at the manifold. And as you can see, no cracks and no rust. I mean, the flange here has a little bit of surface rust, but that's nothing. But the more I look at this manifold here, I'm impressed. Some of these welds just look so nice. Even to get in there with a welder, I mean, that's got to be so hard. But yeah, no surprises, no cracks anywhere, and no rust. So I'm happy. Just wanted to show you guys what this looks like. But yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do one by myself, and then I'll come back and show you what I did. Here's the inside of the runners. Look at that. Impressive. But yeah, let me do one and I'll be right back. So as you can see, I jumped ahead a little bit. I did one and I just felt like I needed a little more experience. So I did 2 more and yeah, they turned out okay. This was definitely something a little harder than I thought it was going to be. So I would just advise, if you guys go to do this for yourselves, take your time. The more time you take with this, the better result you will definitely get. And if you're gonna do this, I would definitely get the kit, because you'll have more than enough, because it's really easy to make a mistake. And the most common one I had was not making the piece long enough, because you'll get towards the end and you'll notice that you just don't have enough wrap. So I got one more to do. We'll do this one together and you guys will see me pretty much finish this up. I'm gonna do this one together, and then the base, I'll do that off camera just to make this video a little faster. So yeah, watch me work. Got that one done, and as you can see, it turned out pretty good. I just got to add one of those stainless steel ties to that, but overall it turned out good. As you saw at the beginning, is to me it's the hardest part, just not letting it unwind as you're trying to work with it. So I just used a plastic zip tie to hold it in place. You're gonna have to mess around with it for a little bit, at least I had to. But it's not too bad if you take your time and be patient and just expect that you're gonna have to work with this material, especially if you're new. This is my first time wrapping anything, so I'm trying to do the best that I can without making that many mistakes. Also, on the insides, I added 2 stainless steel ties on each runner. On this one, I went kind of high, and only to kind of hold the material a little better. It shows, but it's no big deal. I'd rather have it not unwrap and just stay put. So I'm gonna do the base off camera, and I'll be back. Okay guys, there's the finished product. Not bad. Not bad for my first time. I didn't think it was going to be this hard, but the end result is definitely worth it. As far as hints, get yourself some zip ties, and whenever you need an extra hand, just attach it to the starting point, and you should be okay. That should help out a good amount. And another hint would be, make your pieces longer than you expect. And as far as material, this kit is more than enough. I have extra to do my downpipe and then some. So I'm gonna do that later. I got some more plans for the future, so I will be using some more of that material. But as far as this exhaust manifold, I'm very happy. It worked out great, especially for my first time, I think. We'll see how long it lasts, but I'm very happy. So thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best, and I'll see you guys on the next one. A little bonus video. So this GoPro battery was the root of my problems for a long time. So I decided to make a little bonus video for you guys. And what I'm gonna do is poke it with the screwdriver. Let's see what happens. And this goes without saying, don't try this at home. Well, that didn't do much. That did nothing at all. It's warm though. It's warm. Well, there you guys go. Okay, I'm back. Check it out. It's smoking. Oh, and it smells so bad. Wow. Oh, it stinks. Let me kick this outside. Still smoking. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it's smoking. It's a little hotter than it was. But there you guys go.